Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning into this video. The world is running out of silver. It's vanishing before our eyes. The silver supply is literally diminishing. There is a massive silver shortage coming, and I'm going to explain what you should do about it. Before we jump into this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new. I post daily videos every single day, giving you the newest, latest, freshest information in the world of gold and silver. With that said, let's jump into this video. For the last 7 years, Mexico, Peru, and Chile have been abandoning silver mines. They accumulate 40% of the total global silver production. This is scary news. They've been abandoning silver mines, finding silver by accident. They would rather dig up gold, lead, zinc, because it's more profitable, which makes sense, right? They have to keep their companies running. If they can focus on gold, then they're going to do it. Why would they spend their time, money, energy focusing or looking for, digging for a metal that is 72 times cheaper than another one? See, here's the tricky part. Here's the dilemma. We need silver for everything. Silver is more intertwined in the everyday world than gold is. We need silver. Most people want gold. Gold is used for coins, bars, jewelry. I mean, there's a little bit of scrap gold in cell phones, laptops, but it's not much. See, gold is more of a commodity. Silver is more of an asset. Silver, being the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity, puts it very, very close to the necessities in the technological world, especially that we're advancing in. So, if silver production has been getting cut back by the hundreds of millions of ounces for the last 7-8 years because silver just isn't profitable enough, then you can see where the problem is heading. I think we're finally starting to see the consequence of abandoning silver. Supply and demand are fundamentally the most influential factors that affect the price of gold and silver. And that's because they have intrinsic value. Stocks, Bitcoin, they don't. That's why their prices move so sporadically. That's why there's such high volatility on those other assets, because they are based off of speculative interest. Gold and silver is not. So if the price of silver is rising, imagine how much more it's going to rise when the supply cannot meet the demand. Low supply, high demand shoots the price up. That's investing 101. Not only is the silver supply falling, right? Not only is silver basically diminishing before our eyes, the demand is also rapidly rising. So we have severe consequences on both sides of the fence. Both sides. Silver production being cut back by the hundreds of millions of ounces. Silver shortages everywhere. The American Mint ran out of American Eagles. Royal Canadian Mint shut down for 2 weeks. Global mines being shut down because of the pandemic. All over. This is happening everywhere because of the pandemic. Production, even transporting it, is harder because there's so many limitations. So think about that part of it. But now let me dive even deeper into this problem. 5G technology, electric vehicles, solar panels, all of these are rapidly rising, flourishing in the economy, right? This is the next generation. 5G towers makes everything instantaneously downloadable, right? They were saying that things that usually take a couple minutes to download can now be downloaded in 1 to 2 seconds. 5G towers are popping up everywhere It's connecting the entire world like a rate we've never seen. That's incredible. But silver is highly intertwined with this. Also, think of electric vehicles, Tesla, all these electric cars going green. In 30, 40 years, every car is going to be an electric vehicle. That's amazing, but also scary, knowing that one of the main factors, the main drivers, no pun intended, to build that car is silver, and we're running out of it. Not only that, solar panels, photovoltaic cells, silver nanoparticles. These make solar panels. Joe Biden has been pushing this green revolution. Everything's going green. And they're expecting by the year 2034 to have everything green, which means rapidly pushing these solar panels, all this electric to the world, which needs massive amounts of silver. So we have electric vehicles, we have solar panels, we have 5G towers, and many more things, all needing silver. Silver demand is going to be increasing at rates we've never seen. But the problem gets even deeper. Even deeper. You want to know why or how? The individual investors as well. This whole time, this whole video, I've been talking about a business, a corporation perspective, right? We need silver for cars, solar panels, 5G. But as the price of silver rises, it gains the attention of more investors. People that have never invested a penny in their life are trying to get a slice of the silver pie. So we also have this huge flood of individual people like you and I that are also trying to get a hold of some silver. So silver demand is coming from every angle of the spectrum, but the supply is diminishing quickly. Are you getting the gist of where I'm going with this? There's not going to be enough silver for everyone. There's not going to be enough silver for everyone. This is scary news. Yes, the producer will turn into the consumer. Yes, you might get a nice little payday, but at what cost, right? At what cost? If you want the newest, latest iPhone, you better hope that they are willing to buy silver at higher prices. I know the majority of individuals will. That's herd mentality, just like why people paid $20,000 for a single Bitcoin. Everyone talks about $100 silver. Who would pay that price? That price is crazy. That's not crazy. You know what's crazy is a global pandemic mixed in with a recession/depression, mixed in with the U.S.-China trade negotiations, mixed in with a 2020 presidential election, mixed in with a $1 trillion stimulus package. That's crazy. And to think that prices won't also be crazy during this time is crazy. I mean, $100 silver is not crazy. It was $50 not even 10 years ago. And 10 years ago, things were nowhere near as extreme as they are today. Back then, $1 billion stimulus packages. Nowadays, $1 trillion stimulus packages. Back in the day, we didn't have a global pandemic on our hands. Nowadays, we do. Plus, the dollar has devalued even further. It should be obvious, right? It should be obvious why silver is going to explode, why it's a ticking time bomb. And the craziest thing about all this is, this video has been specifically talking about supply and demand. That's only one of the many different reasons, factors that silver has to push it higher, right? I've only been talking about production and supply and demand. There's so many different things beyond this subject that are also bullish for silver. It's crazy to think about, right? The gold to silver ratio is a great tool to use to try to figure out which of the two metals is the better investment. Remember at the beginning of the video, I mentioned silver is 72 times cheaper than gold is. But why? It comes out of the ground 8 to 1. So the price should be roughly around 8 to 1. Gold should be around 8 times more. Gold should be 8 times more valuable than silver is, because that's what it comes out of the ground at, in the Earth's crust. The circulating supply is much smaller than that, and I can go into that in a second. But in the 30s, when FDR did all that crazy stuff, I talked about it in my video yesterday, I think. In the 30s, when FDR went off the grid and just did the unthinkable, he changed the gold to silver ratio from 16 to 1 to 75 to 1. Boosted gold up extremely high, devalued silver, literally devalued silver. Also putting in motion an act that could legally allow the government to confiscate your gold. Craziness, right? It's craziness, but it's a real, that's a real story that actually happened. So, knowing this, if the ratio does correct back down to more natural equivalent levels, silver is going to outpace gold by far. I mean, if it's 72 to 1 right now, and the average is around 40, 50 to 1, that means silver still has a lot of catching up to do. Gold has already hit its all-time high. It broke above $2,000 a couple months ago, not even a month ago, whatever. Silver isn't even half of that. Silver isn't even half of its all-time high. So gold already has exploded. Its rally, its push is over, right? It already, the grand finale already happened. Silver's grand finale hasn't happened yet. So why would you invest into the metal that has already exploded, that already had the grand finale? You're buying it at its highest price ever. If you're going to the store, why would you buy those pair of shoes when they're the most expensive they've ever been? That's what people are doing when they buy gold right now. You want to buy the thing that's on discount, which is silver, and then sell those shoes once the discount is over and they become rare, right? In a couple of years, when those shoes become rare, then you sell those shoes. So you got them for extremely cheap and you sold them as time appreciated on. Most people don't think like that, though. Luckily, you and I do, right? Investing can be easy, it can be hard, it can be complicated, it can be complex, it can be whatever you make it. My goal is to make it as convenient, as comprehensible, and as profitable as possible, taking out emotion, right? I hate when people invest off of their emotion. A lot of people are angry because silver's a slower market. You shouldn't be investing in the precious metals if you're in it for the short term, right? If you're one of those people that doubt everything, that expect everything to be your way, and are the angry people on my comments saying silver's a terrible investment, you're never going to succeed in investing. You're closed-minded, you're missing the opportunity. And I can explain exactly what it looks like, because I've seen it happen on my channel once upon a time. I started investing into Bitcoin, told you guys to buy Bitcoin at $1,800. Everyone thought I was crazy. Everyone thought I was pushing something that was going to lose them a lot of money. Everyone thought I went off, I went crazy. But I saw something. I saw potential in Bitcoin. I saw the limited supply, 21 million, will ever be created. I saw its potential, right? A decentralized exchange held on a public blockchain, like everyone's speaking the same language in a monetary form, and it's digital. Everything is digital now. It's the swipe of a card. So Bitcoin made sense to me back then. Everyone that was telling me not to buy Bitcoin at $1,800 ended up buying it around $15,000-$20,000 because they finally saw enough proof, that's when I was selling it, right? When most people are selling something, you should be buying. When most people are buying something, you should be selling, right? Get in before the curve. Before the curve, you don't want to buy something or invest into something when everyone else is talking about it. That means it's too late already. Got to get in early. It's still early. If you understand silver's true value, it's still extremely early to invest into silver. If you understand its true value. I've made a lot of videos talking about silver's true value. Silver's true value is actually unknown, right? Its value is only compared to that moment in time, what's happening in the economy at that moment in time. But if you really think about the bigger picture, we've never seen what silver's true value really is, stripping away stock market volatility, stripping away supply and demand. No, supply and demand, those are the fundamentals. That would be solely what silver is based off of. But the stock market volatility, all the other nonsense, the noise, strip that all away and solely go off of silver's value from what it comes out of the crust. That's interesting. That's an interesting point. That's what it used to be back in the day. And if you think about it like that, gold's around $2,000. That would put the gold to silver ratio around 6-1, because a lot of silver is lost in technology. A lot of gold is recycled, rescrapped, and reused. So it should be a lot higher than it is today. Do the math. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought this video was educational, informational, or at least just entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Subscribe if you're new. I post daily videos every single day, giving you the newest, latest, freshest information in the world of gold and silver. Let me know what you think about this video. Where do you think production is going to go with gold and silver? More importantly, where do you think prices will be in the next coming years? Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.